Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Marley, aka Autistic Empath. Wait, no. Marley, no. Autistic Empath, aka Marley. And this is my fiance,
Gather, aka Gather, aka Gather, aka Hunter Gather, Tarot888. Love you. Oh.
Kitties. We have kitty group here.
Kitty.
Making sure the energy is cleansed before we go in. Mama Moo scratching at the door, so don't mind that. We don't know what this video is going to be on today. Just thinking about doing an energy read. Yeah. So we have some decks in front of us, and we're just going to pull some cards and see what's going on. This is going to be a general reading, so it may not be for everybody. No, it's not going to be for everybody. But, you know, general means that it could be for anybody. So, if any of these messages resonate with you, please go further with yourself and with God and whoever you believe in, and really discern about whether these messages are for you or if they just resonate, because things can resonate and not be for you, so you don't want to be taking things that are not for you. Alright, so please protect all the messages that are coming in, and the messengers, protect the messengers as well. And I pray that only the highest energies that want the best for us and those watching are present. And as I looked up at the timer, I saw 222, so they're already coming in. Thank you. Yeah, let's get into this. I'm going to start off with the Metaphysical Cannabis Oracle deck. Holy Spirit, Holy Angels, what messages need to come out for those watching this video right now?
Start with the Marseille Tarot. It's very big. This is actual size compared to my head. And yes, the cards are this big.
Sarki, 28, stability. So we're going to be focusing in on some stability. Sarki coming in with the stability.
How do we get that? I said, but how will we get that? But then I was thinking...
It's already happened.
Right, I was thinking inside.
Gratitude rampage. Possibly music is helping you get there because there's music notes all around this person. Stability happens for some of you when you recognize and vocalize what you are grateful for. Solo magic, creation solo. This is something that only you can do while by yourself. This is something that is between you and God. You don't need anybody else for that. Alchemy on the bottom with choices. I'm going to go in with the Golden Reverie Oracle.
Nine of Pentacles.
Nine of Pentacles.
Fortune and favor await, and These things, I really see the Nine of Pentacles as being more about harmony as well. Perhaps you have to choose harmony. Perhaps harmony is not something that just comes to you.
Yeah, it's like gratitude. You have to choose to recognize what you're grateful for.
So be temperate.
Temperance reversed.
Yeah.
There's an imbalance. I'm hearing in that of what you're asking for and that of what you're giving and acknowledging.
Right, is what you're asking for. Are you giving what is needed for what you are asking for, and also are you acknowledging what you already have that can help you?
Yeah.
And that you can be grateful for.
And what you've already accomplished too.
Right.
You have to be grateful for what you've already done.
And if you know things aren't good for you, you specifically, don't do them. I know you will, and I know you'll want to, but God sort of reminds us these things, like over time, and they get easier to resist over time. And hey, I just flipped it over, and now it's temperance, not reversed.
26th, the book, reversed. This is the 10 of diamonds as well, which is the 10 of pentacles, but it's reversed. So it's you know the knowledge, you have the knowledge, you have the tools that give you that knowledge, but you're not using them. Or you are, and you're just like blatantly like, no, I'm just not gonna listen.
Or you think you need more.
Yeah.
My brain said, stop reading. I don't think that's the message, but. You're going? Okay.
Yeah, sorry. The 32, the moon, and the ring reversed came out. So something, a lot of times the moon is something that's hidden, but it's to be illuminated. The moon does illuminate, but it takes a cycle, to become the full moon, to where it fully is illuminated in the darkness. There's like miscommitment, but it's not a miscommitment. It's something isn't. You're saying on this right now?
Maybe your attitude toward the commitment is not appropriate for what the commitment is. Maybe you need to bring more to the commitment.
Why is this the ring reversed? Obstacles, which are the mountains. It's like, and it fell on the temperance. It's like you're creating obstacles or trying to avoid them. Trying to avoid the hard way. Because it's you have to go through these mountains. You have to work harder than you're willing to or want to. And it's on this commitment. And it's, it's almost like trying to find a way around it, or kind of just try to work around it.
You are making obstacles by trying to avoid them.
Yes. Yes. And some of you are making them bigger. And
Like mountains.
Yeah.
Ooh. The 9 of Cups.
Wow. A lot of 9s here.
Yeah. So I think maybe this idea of like the harmony that you seek, that nine of Pentacles energy, is, it must coincide with the emotional emotional resonance, resilience within, that they actually look really beautiful and brilliant together next to each other, these three.
They do.
Oh,
I love how the light makes them look.
Yeah. So there's an idea of like, if you want harmony, you will need temperance, and you will need resilience of emotion. You will need like a wealth of a wealth and a depth of emotion, and being able to handle your emotion and handle it within yourself rather than flinging it everywhere.
Yeah, because you have a lot of emotion and you've also accomplished a lot. But when this was reversed, yeah, I'm still in my mind. It's still reversed. It's an imbalance of these, there needs to be a balance of, and that goes back to the gratitude and the stability. 11:11 on the timer. Breathe in your trueness, Lapita Light. Anchor in, hematite. Yeah, ground yourselves. Ground yourselves. There's so much emphasis on that right now. Grounding.
But how do we do that?
Some of y'all feel so far from it. I'm gonna go in with the Heaven and Hell deck. The deck I just used was the Crystallary. Black magic. So, I don't want to go down the route of, oh my God, somebody's doing black magic on you, like to put you in fear, but you could subconsciously, unconsciously be doing black magic against yourself. Because magic is in how we speak. So even if we're shit-talking somebody or shit-talking ourselves, that is magic. Black magic on ourselves and others. So
black magic on others is always black magic on ourselves.
True, because what you put out comes back to you. So
going in with the Tarot D.
Tarot D. Really cool tarot, by the way. That one is really freaking cool.
Yeah. This one is like a metaphysical comic book.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
And the artist and author, created these different suits to represent the tarot suits, the original tarot suits, and it's just so cool.
And added one.
Yes, and he added one. Yeah.
Has his own original story behind it, which I have not read, all of, but I've gotten very good readings from this so far.
Ooh, okay. So we had some disregarding of rules as well. And I feel like that goes along with not wanting to follow what you know. Like you just, once you learn it, you're like, oh, I don't want to do that. Even if it's something that God is speaking to you yourself, inside of you, you're not doing it. you're disregarding it. You're like, no thanks. Little do you know that that's black magic against yourself.
3 cards from the Tarot D. First card. Oh.
It's almost
8.
like you got yourself tied up.
8.
Is it the 8 of Swords?
I have to look and see.
Or maybe it's the 8 of Pentacles because all the green. But we
I think
got the
it's-
Sun and we got Virgo there. So Sun and Virgo, you could have Sun and Virgo.
Earth. So yeah, Pentacles. This is the 8 of Earth. And let me see what this is called in the thing. 8 of Pentacles. Deep involvement. Deep involvement in the patterns they established as they went. They turned mindset into progress as they made their world grow. Deep involvement in the patterns they established as they went. They turned mindset into progress as they made their world grow. So I think a submersion here is necessary. A sort of commitment to the process. Even though you're focused on the results, I think there is a commitment to the process that will bring you more of that harmony, that success, that emotional well-being, and it is in the process. It is not the results of this process that will bring you these things. You have anything to say on it?
Wow. Spider here. We've seen a few spiders today. Spiders are very esoteric. They are about connecting different things. Everything's connected. And this could be your own web of your life, representing of that, like with he's tied up. It's almost like it's of his life force.
Yeah, it's coming from the sun and going into his heart. And she's on the ground kneeling with the earth. So I feel as though it's like your life force can be coming from both directions, above and below.
Mama Moo, we're still using this.
There's also a praying mantis. And feels worth mentioning that she's pregnant, so it could very well have an implication of like growing inside and
you don't have to
preparing
be
for
actually pregnant, but creating something
right,
new.
preparing for the birth of something new. Second, Hangman reversed.
I had the reading I did yesterday. Go check that out if go check that out if you feel called to.
Does that mean you're stalling?
There is a stalling energy.
Or I'm stalling, perhaps. What is it? Oh my goodness. I'm going. I'm trying to find it. 12. Yeah. Solemn, depressed, compassion, introspection, artistic, dreaming. Oh no, reversal. Attachment, bondage, imprisoned spirit. Being outspoken, protesting, dragged away, kicking and screaming, resisting arrest, denial. Yeah, I was talking to you yesterday about the more we fight for ourselves sometimes, the more we shoot ourselves in the foot. The more we try to assert what we want to someone else or to our environment
Yeah.
or like how important it is compared to whatever else they want, or
look, there's a face in there.
yeah.
I'm like, I'm not even gonna be able to show it properly. But he's right there. See his little mouth open.
His eyes.
And his eyes. And prison spirits. There's a part of you that feels like that, or maybe multiple parts of you inside that feel imprisoned by your emotions.
Sometimes
because
you can.
there's so many bubbles coming out of him and water, and that represents emotions.
Sometimes you can know exactly what to do and still be paralyzed to do it. That's definitely been the case a lot of my life. I understand it.
Liberation.
Mm-hmm. Right, and you just have to trust it. It doesn't matter if it doesn't make sense to your logical mind. If God has told you something, if your hunch, your gut, your higher self gives you a message about a direction to take, you have to do it even though it doesn't make sense. Even if it doesn't.
Don't make it harder for yourself.
Right, by thinking, oh, I shouldn't even try to do that because there will be so many obstacles if I try to do that. It's like, well, when you definitely won't make it is if you don't try. If you don't go in that direction, you'll never get to that destination anyway.
Yeah.
And we can know that, but knowing that and believing that in our bones and acting it out are sometimes feel like a immeasurable gap.
Yeah. Fertility and fruitfulness are underneath this. Sorry if you heard that. But that goes with this. The pregnant lady. Like
energy from the sun.
Yeah.
You have to trust in the greater. You have to trust in God, and you have to trust in your environment and the energies in the universe outside yourself. You can't think it's all up to you, but you have to try, and that's the difference. It's like you have to. I remember you should pray as if God will do everything, will take care of everything and do everything for you, and you should work as though you have to do everything yourself.
Exactly.
But know that at the end of the day, it's not, it is God. God is guiding you. God is helping you. You just have to be willing to believe that and go in the direction He points.
Yeah.
Oh.
So you got Venus reversed with, looks like,
Is that Cancer?
no, it looks like Libra.
That is Libra. Okay.
So you could have Venus in Libra. I'm a Venus in Libra. So, in Vedic.
This is what this looks like up right side up. It's an angel dragon with a giant sword and a buff bod and a crown. And he's got scales next to him. He's got scales on him, but he's got scales next to him too.
There could be something with the current transits that is affecting your Venus placement. I don't know. I just felt guided to say that. I did not say that about the other placements, but specifically I'm feeling with Libra and Venus.
This is the King of Swords. And the reversal, ignorant, accusatory, refusal to listen, stubborn, unyielding, ruthless. When I am in a bad mood, I am all of these things.
I am too.
And we have been guilty of a lot of that with each other. And that's exactly what I was saying about stepping back and not having to insist upon yourself so much when it comes to your relationships with other people. Insist upon yourself within yourself all day, forever, heavy. But don't expect other people to meet you with that sureness that you're developing for yourself.
Yeah. Breathe in your trueness for yourself.
Right, just know it. And respect the trueness of others, of especially your loved ones. Respect that whatever they're telling you, they mean it, and they need to tell you that, and they need you to hear them.
Because I'm going to go in with the Spiral Tarot. The Emperor. Aries.
I heard rule over your word. Don't try to rule over anybody else. Just rule over your own word.
The Magician. Reversed. Stop creating that of which you do not want for yourself. Put an end to that kind of fertility and fruitfulness. That is not the kind that you want to create. You don't want to create more unnecessary obstacles for yourself because you think the mountain is too much for you. So then you try to find different ways around the mountain, and you don't see that those paths take you a much more fucked up way.
Yeah, in the wrong place.
In the wrong place.
And God tells you, just like bringing the Israelites out of Egypt to the giant river, and they're like,
what do we do now?
how do we, and Moses says, God told me how we'll do this. And he goes out front, clicks his staff, and so it may seem impossible.
Separates the Red Sea.
Right. It may seem impossible. It may seem nonsensical. What I'm learning is God tells you the truth. And you can lag around that truth as long as you want. But your only path forward will be when you listen to the truth that he's told you and go in that direction. That's the only way that you'll succeed. And when I say succeed, I don't really just even, I feel like I say this every time, but I don't mean money. I do mean money, but I mean everything has to come before money, or else money is no good, I think. Is that fair to say?
I think so.
It has to be right within you to be right without you. And in order for it to be right within you, you have to do that thing that you have a hunch about, but you don't, but no one else might believe. And that's the other thing about what we were saying earlier is you can't expect others to believe it in the way that you do, because it's not their dream. It's not what God gave them.
Mm-hmm.
And you can't also look to them to try and validate it before you go and do it, because odds are you might not get the response that you want, and that could discourage you even further.
Yeah. So this is just the story of the author of this deck. It is something about sharing your story, but it was reversed. So it's possibly you don't want to share your story with others, or you think, oh, what is that going to do for anybody? That's going to make me come off selfish, or what do other people care? But you could have something that has happened to you, that sharing it with others and sharing how you're getting through it, because you don't have to have gotten through it to talk about it. You can talk about it as you're getting through it and saying, hey, I'm still struggling with this, and it lets people know that they are not alone.
Even the things you struggle with that you do wrong, people might need to hear.
Yeah.
Next, I'm coming at you. She's got a card for you.
9 of Wands reversed.
9s.
These 9s, man. 999. 9 of Wands.
Careful trying to juggle too many things at once.
It's more of stop trying to protect what you've already created. Some of you are avoiding creating more, creating new, because you're like, oh, well, that something will happen to these other things that I've created, or that, whatever it is. But this 9 of Wands is protecting something. And this can represent not protecting it at all, or overprotecting. Protecting something that you're gatekeeping. It's gatekeeping. Unnecessarily. Like, you don't need to be doing that. You don't need to be hiding this. It's something that doesn't need to be protected in the way that you're protecting it.
Right.
And it's definitely your ego.
In a way, you're probably hiding from yourself at the same time as you're hiding yourself from everyone. Rota Mundi Tarot.
Ooh. So we gon' go there. This deck is intense as fuck.
It's crazy.
I have some intense ass fucking decks. I have the Hieronymus Bosch. Excuse me. I have the Runic Tarot. I have some Halloween tarots. I have the Supernatural Tarot. I have the Heaven and Hell deck. I got some dark decks. But this one, not to say it's dark, but it's very intense.
It's not dark. It's just heavy.
It's heavy.
It's a heavy deck. It's heavy.
It's a heaviness I'm scared of. But why am I scared? Why am I trying to protect myself from something that is there to help me grow in knowledge about myself, how I can help myself more?
If nobody knows, this is the whole premise of this is to be a representation of the mystical knowledge of the Rosicrucians, which combines Kabbalah from Jewish mysticism with the truth of Christ and the redemption of people through him, and also combines those things with the sort of inner alchemy that we do in sanctification, when we're being forgiven, when we're becoming the people God is making us.
Yeah. I was just, why'd you put yours cards away?
I didn't think about it.
Oh, okay.
I'll put them back out if you, well, no, it's too late.
It doesn't matter. It's just my own brain thing. I just like to relate
right, I wish I had
I put things away.
Realized that.
No, it's okay. I was trying to remember. Whew, for some reason I'm getting very sharp pain here. I don't know if somebody got punched in the face. Or they're just maybe you're having some sinus pain here. I don't know. I just felt it searing for some reason. Normally, I have some of that pain sometimes, and I know this is my tinnitus, but that felt weird and random, and it stopped all of a sudden. So I don't think that has to do with me.
When I say Kabbalah, this deck centers a lot around the Tree of Life. So we're going to see if any of those come out. Now, each route on the Tree of Life coalesces with one of the major arcana. So we're going to see if one of those came out. And one did, except it's not a path on the Tree of Life. It's one of the circles, one of the hubs. They have Sephiroth, one of the Sephiroth. Glory. And it came up reversed, and it's the Eight of Wands.
Eight of Swords.
Well, it's the Eight of Wands. It's represented by the Eight of Swords, and I forget why they do that. It's part of why this deck is a little
Very
strange sometimes. Yeah, it shows an 8, but this specifically is supposed to be for the Eight of Wands, I think. It says Hod, glory, name of God, Elohim of hosts, element water, tarot cards 8s, color orange, intelligence absolute, and then it shows the element water.
That's very, very interesting because wands is fire. They show the Eight of Swords, which is air, and then the element of it, Hod, is water. So it's like, I guess in this deck, everything is connected, like in every way, in different degrees. And that reminds me of astrology, honestly, because really it all is connected.
This is very scientific in that way, this deck. It would probably be better explained if I read the thing for it. But I don't really want to.
I swear I just looked 5 minutes ago and it said 9 minutes, and now it's freaking at
36.
almost 40. My phone's gonna crap out in a second.
Okay, so I won't read from the book, but perhaps you need to give the glory to God. Perhaps you should be seeking no glory for yourself. Maybe it's upside down because you are seeking glory for yourself.
And that's glory in superficial ways, like trying to say, yeah, I did that all, or like you want like that pride.
Yeah, you
but
want.
Like you don't understand, you don't realize the consequences of pride. A lot of times we don't. And we need to be liberated by our pride. From our pride. Because we're liberated by God.
Yeah. Like glory for yourself is vanity.
Yeah. Not to say you can't be proud of yourself.
Right.
But go back and say, okay, I'm really proud of myself, but I thank God that He got me through that, and that it gave me the strength to get through that,
right,
to make the choices I needed to make for myself, to get me here.
And then
it all goes back to God. It's not to say you can't be proud of yourself and recognize your accomplishments with the 9 of Pentacles.
Right.
Like,
but you wouldn't breathe without God. Like,
exactly.
That's where you have to be
exactly.
thankful that you have this path, that you have these people in your life, that you have yourself. I was going to say...
do on my part.
I was going to do 2.
Okay.
The magnum opus.
Wow.
Make it. And then perhaps the magnum opus is your life itself as well.
Wow.
A life of harmony blessed by God.
That looks like a hawk. A hawk today. A brown hawk, actually. That is a brown hawk. Or maybe it's a brown dove.
It almost looks like a crow. And then there's a dove above.
Yeah.
With the sun element with a king and the moon element for a queen. There's a great work in you that your life story tells. Perhaps it's not a story-based work in that exact sense, but it is something that you were put here to do or make or give. And that is your magnum opus. That's the whole reason to trust God. And that's what, like, in the end, this and what it gives to the world is more important than what it gives to you, even though it will give you everything you need. It's this and what it gives to the world is more important than what you will receive monetarily by following what God tells you. And then that's the Knight of Wands, it looks like. So Knight of Wands, steady forward, steady creative energy, the process like we saw earlier. And the 7 lampstands. Oh. This I won't be able to do anything with, I don't think, today.
Yeah, that goes way too much.
This is deep.
Yeah.
This is the apocalypse stuff, or, Revelation.
I definitely want to take a picture of these 3 together, and I'll post it in the community page on my channel. These last 3 cards, so y'all can look up closer if you want to. So yeah, God bless. This was a deep reading. Thank you, Gather, for being here.
Thank you, Marty.
And yeah, God bless y'all.